going on, Jerome's? It's time for the most accurate power rankings in the known universe. And if you disagree with any single one of the rankings, you're wrong. How does it feel? Now, I know we did a power rankings a couple weeks ago, right? And some things have changed. And you could be like, oh, you're basing your rankings off of preseason games, bro. Partly. As well as rumor and innuendo coming out of training camp, what you've seen, what you haven't seen, as well as injuries. Yeah. Bad news, right? But as we always do, we have the ass-doza line. So anything above, not ass. Anything below, cheeks. That's it. All right, so starting off at 33, like we always do, we have the greasy grime and Green Bay Packers. Oh, you try and trade for Micah Parsons? Oh, yeah, Micah Parsons is really going to sign a long-term deal to live in Appleton. That's what's going to happen. You're going to have a $10 million workout bonus every single year. But overall, I'm just not buying. Right? I understand, like, all the national media Jerome haircuts have the Packers as top 10 in their power rankings. It's not going to happen. They're going to ride and die with Jordan Love, sure. Offensive line still has issues. Defensive line, whatever. Cornerback-wise, safety-wise, okay. But I feel like Matt LaFleur has lost his team, and they ain't coming back. Deep, I don't think they're playable. Number 32, the Saints. Now, how bad do you have to be to take the Bears spot, right? But the Saints honestly could be biblically terrible, right? They've had injuries. Tyler Shough could be their starting quarterback. I just don't know. Like, there's a reason why it took so long to fill this head coaching job before Kellen Moore took it, because no one wants this job. Right? They have cap hell, and it's whatever. Right? I sort of feel bad for Saints fans, but at the same time, screw them. Then you got the crooked Chicago Bears. I actually love that they're getting hyped again over a preseason game. Hey, note to self. The Vikings should not play their second or third team defense against the Bears starters on Monday Night Football in 2.5 weeks. No problem. All right, but the Bears, this is what they do. They win March. They win August by winning a huge preseason game, just like they beat the Bills last year, and then thwack. They just get smacked around. It's okay. The Bears are going to be the best 5-12 team in NFL history, and I love it. I love seeing it. Number 30, the Browns. All right, so Joe Flacco's going to be the week one starter. I feel bad for Stefanski. Just the gong show that's happening at quarterback. They got Isaiah Bond now. Judkins, I don't know. Like, how could the Browns be this large of a mess? Like, I don't understand it. Like, they're the birthplace, the cradle of football civilization, and they're so bad. Like, how can Paul Brown's team rest in power? Like, how? I know the Paul Brown's team is the Bengals, but how can the damn team that was founded by Paul Brown be this bad? Actually, well, technically this team was an expansion team, but just roll with it. Number 29, the Tennessee Titans. I like Cam Ward, and they're not going to be good this year, but he's going to keep things interesting, right? Cam Ward and Jeffrey Simmons duking it out at practice. Good to see. Good to see a little spark. 28, you got the Colts. Danny Dimes, our boy, named a starter. I hope he stays starter all year because it helps our comp pick. But otherwise, I don't know. What are you looking forward to? Jonathan Taylor Thomas, tool time? I don't know. 29, I got the Jacksonville Jaguars. Duval, our guy Grant Udinsky, Nick Mullins, Johnny Munt down in Jacksonville. They're going to be bad. And frankly, just Trevor Lawrence doesn't get talked about enough of being in the bust category, frankly, because I think that he's in a market where no one cares, and also it's whatever. Right? So overall, I mean, Jacksonville, I've always kind of liked Jacksonville. I like Duval, I like the fan base, but this is just going to be another rough team. Right? They need Keenan McCardle to come back and fix that team. Dolphins, soft. Marshmallow. I think this is the last year of Mike McDaniel because I feel like the team has completely tuned him out. I feel like this is just the players are running the team, and it's a soft team. South Beach. It's kind of hard to have distraction in South Beach versus living in Appleton, Wisconsin, or like Pittsburgh. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Like, Achan's dinged up. Tyreek Hill goes in and out if he wants to be traded. Don't trust Tua at all. So Dolphins are going to be bad. 20. Do you know the Dolphins have won a playoff game since like 1992? Something like that. I may have just made that up, but I don't care. Speaking of, but the Cowboys and the drama, the melodrama, Micah Parsons trade, will they, won't they? They need to run it back to like Jerry Jones. Like we said for a while, the Cowboys are just a soap opera, and they are. And it's full on why Jerry Jones liked the drama. It's not conducive to running a good football team, though. 24 the Patriots. So I think that they're headed in the right direction. I think Vrabel is bringing a toughness to this team. Frankly, it's exactly what the Dolphins need, and also they have a lot better talent. But the Patriots, they went on a spending spree this offseason, bringing in free agents, trying to help out Drake May, but your center is still Garrett Bradbury, so I don't know. 23 the Cardinals, up 3 spots. So believe in my countryman Kyler, believe in Marvin Harrison Jr., believe in Will Johnson. Hopefully he can stay healthy. Going to be good to go. 22, the Jets, Jets, Jets. So Justin Fields probably is not going to be good, but the defense will be coming around, right? And I love and respect Aaron Glenn. I think that he's tough as nails, and I think the Jets, it's a good culture change for New York. 21, got the Lions down 7 spots because they lost Aaron Glenn, because they lost Ben Johnson, because they lost Frank Ragnow, because they lost on Muzariki, because Lee McNeil isn't 100%, because Hutchinson isn't 100%. I mean, they can twist and turn the narratives all that they want, but the Lions, they're not winning the division. They're not making the playoffs, and I said what I said. 20, you got the Giants. I'm kind of in on the G-men, where I know that Russell Wilson is just like super facade, right? Dangerous. Be careful, it's spicy. Broncos country, let's ride. But, I mean, when Russ and like the Legion of Boom were together, like when Russ was just dropping piss missiles to angry Doug Baldwin and Golden Tate downfield, I mean, it looked pretty good, right? And Russ had one of those vintage throws in preseason, and it was good to see. The Giants, I think Jackson Dart, they could have something, but is it enough to save Dable and Dable's job and Shane's job? Probably not, right? But also that defensive line, let's go. 19, you got the Rams. I'm not buying Stafford's back, right? So you're telling me someone just getting a couple practice reps and he looks like Sweet D with the neck brace out there, that he's going to be able to, his body and his back and his disc is going to be able to take a full season just getting put on his back? I mean, the Rams O-line still stinks, right? So I feel like the Rams, if I could find a market to wager, I feel like Jimmy G is going to start more games than Matthew Stafford. And also, I think Stetson Bennett might be in there. So it's going to be no bueno. No bueno. 19, got the Steelers. I'm not buying Rodgers, not buying anything. Cam Hayward's holding out after he just signed an extension, which is kind of hilarious. They paid TJ, which is great, but nah. 17, you got the Falcons. I believe in Penix. I believe in London. Hey, as long as Kirk Cousins doesn't touch his field, they could do something. 16, you got the Texans up 5 spots. So if they can find some semblance of an offensive line, I believe in Stroud. I believe in DeMeco Ryans. I believe in this defense. So go from there. 15, got the Bengals. All right, so we dropped them below the Astos line because their offensive line is terrible. Like when Dalton Risner is your savior along the offensive line, we've been there. And defensively, with Hendrickson, like they're gonna trade him, probably. They're not gonna pay him. It's just stupid. All right. Hey, they got 2 superstar receivers and a superstar quarterback. That's it. Got the Panthers at 6. I kind of like what Carolina's doing. I feel like Bryce Young, all 5'4" of them, could actually bust out this year. We'll see. 13, you got the Chargers. That Rashawn Slater injury is terrible. It's rough, man. And glad that he just signed his contract, because if they didn't sign his contract and that patella injury happened, nah. And also Trey Pipkins, the pride of Sioux Falls, I don't think is an adequate replacement. So that's a huge hit, especially for a team that wants to run the ball. Would you consider flipping Alta left side? I don't know. Above the Astos line, you got Clemson. I mean, Clemson, I don't believe in Dabo Swinney. Frankly, I think he's one of the dumbest human beings on planet Earth. But I mean, they got a good recruiting class in the NIL era. They're finally learning how to play the game. Woo! And they're studs on both sides. There you go. 11, you got the Seahawks. I want to believe in Slinging Sam Darnold, a.k.a. Seattle's quarterback. The defense is coming together. I like what they have in the trenches. I like what Mike McDonald's bringing aboard. Could they be able to run the ball with a patchwork offensive line? Sure. I think Kenneth Walker's going to get traded. I think it's going to be the Charbonnet show. Yeah. And also the corpse of Cooper Kupp. So 10, the Raiders. Like I can't explain it, but I believe wholeheartedly in the Raiders. I feel like Pete is a good culture change for them. Compete. All right. Gino up in Seattle flipping the bird to that one heckling fan, which is good. Gino is obviously a huge quarterback upgrade for them for years. And Genty's going to be a bad dude, man. He's going to be fantastic. Crosby's fully healthy. Christian Wilkins is not there. I don't know. But the Raiders, I know that the Chiefs are probably going to win the division for the 10th year in a row, but also I just want to believe, man. I just want to believe in Las Vegas. So I got the Raiders on there twice. Next up, number nine, San Francisco. So initially I was pretty down on them, but I'm still not sold on McCaffrey, but I feel like Shanahan will figure it out. All right, they'll do something by the Bay. Ayuk is coming back from injury. Purdy will be able to do some things with Kittle. So there you go. Number 8, Denver Broncos. I don't believe in Bo Nix. I believe in R.J. Harvey. I believe in Nick Bonito in that defense. I'll go from there. Stupid ass Sean Payton. Yeah. 7, you got the Buccaneers. Emeka Egbuka. I love everyone telling us, I told you about him. Well, yeah. Cool. That's all that fantasy football analysis is. Last year I told you about obvious player XYZ that was going to break out. Now hear this. Omari and Hampton. But the Bucs, I'm a big Baker fan. And also, Evans, Evans starting to get a little bit older. He'll probably still get 1,000 yards. Let's be serious. Godwin's still dinged up. Ibuka's going to be pretty damn legit. The defense is there. So 6, you got the Chiefs. I know it's hard to count out the Chiefs, but everyone's getting a year older. And I don't know, like Mahomes will still be Mahomes. Offensive line-wise, still got plenty of questions. I don't know if there's going to get suspended more than Addison. Also, how does he get to play like the first 4 games and then he gets suspended where the Chiefs' schedule is tougher? But I digress. Anyways, 5, we got the Commies. Especially if they ink up Scary Terry finally. Like, that's how much I believe in Jaden Daniels. I think this defense, even though it's older, even though it's a lot of patchwork going on there, I mean, could we have a defense with Von Miller and Bobby Wagner like 8 years ago? Could we do that? Why not? 4, you got the Ravens. Believe in Lamar. Maybe not in the playoffs. Believe in Harbaugh. Maybe not in the playoffs. Nah, just playing. Number 3, you got the Vikings. So I know that there's a lot of injury questions right now. Everything will be hunky-dory week 1. You don't need 75,000 wide receivers when you have Justin Jefferson in the building. The Vikings are going to run the ball. Screen game is going to be there. That defense is going to be biblically good. We're talking about plagues of like locusts and stuff. It's going to be fantastic. And then 1 and 2, you got the Eagles and the Bills. It is what it is. So there you go. Anyways, that's it. That's at Vikings. Yeah, preseason NFL power rankings, the most accurate power rankings in the known universe. If you disagree with any single one of the rankings, you're wrong. How does it feel? Let us know. Your thoughts, comment section. You guys are the best you know what to do. Skull production value.